What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bri, back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9. And in this video, we're going to talk about some things from episode 913 and potentially for the last 3 episodes of The Walking Dead Season 9. So obviously, spoiler warning if you're worried about spoilers about the show, about the comic. Just stop watching. Spoiler warning. Now you can see I highlighted something right there on the thumbnail. We'll talk about that in a second. But I want to give a shout out to X the Clan Lee and Chris XP for some of this information. Now, if you know this channel, you know we've been talking about Pike predictions, Whisper Pike predictions at the Walking Dead Fair. And there's a new hashtag going around, TWD Red Fair. Like the Red Wedding of Game of Thrones, we might have a Red Fair. We might lose some people at the fair this season and the last couple episodes for Season 9. Now let's check out Brett Butler's Instagram, at Brett Butler Official. Brett Butler plays Tammy Rose on The Walking Dead. She wrote about this picture here of our next to last appearance on The Walking Dead. So she has one more appearance on The Walking Dead, potentially. Is she going to be a Pike victim? I believe so. I believe Tammy Rose is a Pike victim. So if she's a Pike victim, let's look at something very carefully here. What's hanging from their cart, buggy, wagon, whatever you would like to call it? It's a red lantern. If we're going with the Red Fair, people that are connected with red objects could be in danger. Tammy Rose and Earl. And where also did we see a red lantern? Right there on Henry's makeshift bedside table. The red lantern. So is that a connection? I don't know, potentially. These are just ideas, discussions, theories. So we'll have to wait and see. But there's been some rumors, potential spoilers, that Henry could be a Pike victim or he's just going to die this season. Is it true that Henry dies? We just don't know. If you want to read more about that, check out the video with that thumbnail and you'll find out what they're saying about Henry potentially for the last couple episodes of Season 9. And will he make it into Season 10? Dun dun dun. We have to wait and see. But I know a lot of people don't care about Henry, but I know one character that definitely cares about Henry, that if he dies will be greatly impacted. It's Carol. Obviously, Henry is Carol's son, and that's going to be a big thing. And if you know the comics, you know about Ezekiel and Rosita. So if Henry and Ezekiel die, that could send Carol on a crazy rampage to try and take out Alpha and the rest of the Whisperers. Could it happen? Should it happen? I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. And if you follow Angel Theory, who plays Kelly on The Walking Dead, she wrote this. This was a fun experience with great people. She was leaving Tyler Perry Studios. That's where they filmed The Kingdom. Does that mean she's done? She's killed off? We won't see her anymore after Season 9? Could be. The Hilltop group here was going to the Kingdom, so any of these people could theoretically be picked. I doubt it would be Magna and Yumiko, but it could be Cal, Oscar, Tara, Kelly, Earl, Tammy Rose, and the Hilltop kids in the back. We'll have to wait and see. And I believe that Nora, which is the lady on the left, and some people are like, who the heck is Nora? Nora was an Alexandrian who wanted to go to the fair, and if she's at the fair at the Kingdom, she could definitely be picked. And I could see us being kind of baited to be like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And we see the hair kind of looks like Connie's, and we're like, oh no, Connie got picked. But wait a second, Connie might not be at the fair. So I could see that happening as well. Same goes for Luke and Ozzy. They look pretty similar. Is it done on purpose? And I highly doubt that the casting wasn't done on purpose for this reason. The casting has been great on The Walking Dead so far, and I think it was done on purpose, partially for the Pike lineup as well, to have people look like that, be like, oh, who is it? Who is it? Is it Luke? Oh no, it's Ozzy. But what do you think of the Highwaymen? Are they going to be Pike fillers? Is Ozzy going to be someone we can trust? Do we like Ozzy and then he gets killed off? And to go back to the red items, what does Ozzy have in his right hand right there? A red wrench. So if we continue on with the Red Fair theory with the red objects, it could connect. It's not a good picture here, but I believe it's a red wrench that he used to kill that walker. And so the red item connection continues on. But again, it's just a fun theory and discussion. But I think these are the 4 communities that are going to be at the fair: Kingdom, Oceanside, Hilltop, and Alexandria. So people from those communities could definitely be picked. And we haven't seen Oceanside in a while, and I wonder who's still alive there. And if you look at Hilltop's banner, they got a big red circle in there with a hand and some red objects at the top, which I guess are peppers. But that's the only banner that has red. Hashtag TWD Red Fair. And if you watch the end of episode 913, you see kind of a sequence here. Ozzy walks past Jerry, and then he tips his hat to Ezekiel and Carol, And then he keeps walking, and then the camera pans to the hilltopper, Gage, who's by himself. He's not carrying anything red, but the guy in front of him is. But that's kind of interesting. They pan to him. And then you see Tammy Rose and Earl come down with the baby and talk to Nabila. And we already think that Tammy Rose, possibly Earl as well, but definitely Tammy Rose, will be a Whisper Pike victim. But what about Nabila? I picked Nabila as my early prediction because she's connected with Jerry, Ezekiel, and will be at the fair for sure. But what do you think? And then they show the Hilltop kids, well, I guess teenagers. And look at Yumiko's face, it's pretty funny. But I think any three of these three right here, Gage, Addie, and Rodney, could be picked. And I just feel that Gage is going to be picked because they isolated a shot of him. And that's kind of what they have to do to make you remember who's there. There's a lot of communities and a lot of people, so they have to show it a little bit. Also, what is Gage holding right there? A spear or a pike? So is Addie and so is Rodney, but Gage's pike is vertical, while Addie and Rodney's is horizontal. So it's pretty different, right? And again, it's a fun theory. It could be something or it could be nothing. Now, as for this love triangle here, who is going to the fair is the big question. Because if Rosita doesn't go to the fair, I think she's safe. If she's sitting back at Alexandria while Father Gabriel and Sadiq go, then she'll be safe. And Rosita is one of the big deaths in the comic. I think they're going to mix it up a little bit. Could it be Rosita is picked? Maybe. We have to wait and see if she went there. We don't know exactly who went to the fair from each community besides the Kingdomers because they're there. Could be Eugene. Eugene could have went. But who do you think, guys? Who do you predict will get picked for the Pikes? Pike picked. Pick for the Pikes, however you want to say it. Rosita, Eugene, and Father Gabriel. One of them's got to get picked, I would assume. But according to Father Gabriel, there's going to be some shocking deaths this season. It's got to be one of the four, right? Sadiq looks to be going, and so does Father Gabriel based on these pictures. But is that true? Are they just loading it up and they send the convoy to go? And I think we'll find out next episode, which is episode 914 as I make this video. We'll have to see who's at Alexandria and who's not. And if you saw the trailer for 914 and the breakdown we did, you'll see Michonne, Aaron, Laura, Daryl, Connie, Lydia, Henry, I'm guessing Dog, Negan, and Judith, and I don't know who else. Because if you're not at the fair, you're safe. But does the group leave to go to the fair? And I would think they go to the fair, but it's too late and they run into Alpha on their way to the fair and the victims are already picked and we'll see Alpha's infamous bloody machete. So it's interesting, guys. The fair is where it goes down. Hashtag TWD Red Fair. It's going to be like the Red Wedding, potentially. Game of Thrones connection with The Walking Dead. But I'm excited, guys. I want to know what your thoughts are. What do you think of the theory? The Pike clues. The red objects maybe mean something, maybe mean nothing. Maybe the picks are random. But I would assume the writers are making the Whisper Pike picks for a reason. It makes sense to kill off people by the Whispers for the future of the show and going forward into season 10, most likely for the Whisperer War. You're not just going to pick people at random. It's not, oh, we'll pick out of the hat and we'll see who comes out. The writers are going to do things for a reason. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Who are your Pike predictions for The Walking Dead Red Fair? Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.